Statistics are an invaluable tool for localization. With Articy.x, we added a statistics report for both localized text and voice-over. The statistics report can be accessed via the main menu and then export, or with the shortcut Ctrl-Shift-E. The report is located in the localization section of the export dialog. Please note that the statistics report functionality comes from a plugin. If you cannot find the report entry in the export dialog, please check the plugin manager if the Localization and Voice-over reports plugin needs to be enabled. If you are working on a multi-user project, please talk to your server administrator, as they might have disabled the plugin for all users. First, select the objects you want to be included in your report. You can include the entire project or go as detailed as the report needs to be. Then you have a couple of customization options. Below, you can find the default report I just created for the entire project, and as the only option checked, open export file after creation, which should be pretty self-explanatory. The default report lists all properties that are set to localizable, counted as characters and words for both text and voice-over, separated by speakers if applicable. VO-related columns will only be displayed if the language is set up for voice-over in the language settings. Here is an example what is meant by all properties that are set to localizable. In the project, assets currently are not set to be localizable. When I do a report just for assets, the result is 0 for everything. If I check the localizable option for text, the result changes. If I also check voice-over for assets, it will be included in the report as well. Overall, the report just checks for properties that are supposed to be localized and get voice-over. You don't have to worry that the report will be distorted by counting strings that are not player-facing and are not meant for localization. Each project language has its own tab in the Excel file. In the Notes section, you can find detailed information of how the counting is done for the different columns. All localizable properties that cannot be assigned to a specific speaker will be counted as unspecified. For example, description texts of flow fragments or dialog nodes, text from other object types, as well as dialog fragments without a speaker or with a broken reference, which means a non-existing entity for this speaker. If we check separate text from non-dialog fragments, everything mentioned previously apart from dialog fragments without speaker or with a broken reference will be sorted in as non-dialog fragment, leaving only the dialog fragments with some issues in the unspecified category. That makes it easy to spot if there are some dialog fragments hiding somewhere in the project that need a speaker assigned to them or where we need to create a speaker entity. If you are using templates on your dialog fragments or other objects, and these have localizable properties, you might want to count them separate from the node's main content. Check the option Separate Template Properties to create a dedicated template line for each speaker entry in the report. In the default report, the estimated duration for voice-over is calculated heuristically based on word count. Check the option Calculate Audio File Duration to add an audio duration column to the report, calculated from the lengths of all currently existing VO files. Please note that depending on the amount of audio files, creation of the report might take some time. This is the reason this option is by default unchecked. You can save a preset with your current selected options, but please note that the object selection will not be saved in a preset. At the bottom, you can select the name for the report and the target folder. This is the first iteration of the statistics report. As we plan to expand on it in the future, we welcome and count on your hands-on feedback. You can reach us on the Articy community Discord channel or drop us a line at info@articy.com. If you are missing any specific functionality, you can customize the statistics report with the help of the free macro dev kit. You can download the MDK and the source code of the plugin from our website and help center. The links are as always in the video description.